Welcome back, underground recluses. My name, of course, is Zobert Potato. Yeah, so we're back in Oxygen Not Included, and you may notice a couple of different things if you have only been watching the YouTube videos. I played this game on stream for a little bit. I don't know how many cycles I did, maybe 50 something, 60 maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the biggest change to come out of the stream was basically the repositioning of a couple of turbines. I haven't actually destroyed any of the turbines up here. This is still very much a work in progress, but it's a thing that is happening, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in a second. But yeah. So what I've been doing primarily is trying to get my power situation somewhat more consolidated. As I'm sure you know, just near the end of the last series, or at the end of the last episode on YouTube, our natural gas situation was just it was a couple of cycles away, I think, from coming back online. Now that is absolutely as good as it possibly can be. In fact, we've got so much natural gas coming in that we've got everything is full. Everything is totally full, which is exactly what we want to have happen. This natural gas geyser is working. Everything is pretty darn good. However, I mean, it's not sustainable, and we want to try and fix it. So what I did is I basically connected the turbines over here up to this big old conductive wire that I set up to originally take the power from a turbine right over here. But of course, the turbine right over here was far too hot in order to function. So instead, by moving the turbines up into this area, it means basically that the turbines themselves are round about 60 degrees Celsius, whereas the stuff down here, the steam down here, is well past the 125 degree Celsius threshold. So basically, what that means is that we're getting power, and that is exactly what I am all about. We're all about getting that power. Of course, it does mean that we basically had to shift all of the water that we're planning to keep in this area. We've now needed to shift it all back into here. That's not too much of a problem. We've also made some slight modifications to our pumping network. If you want to see any of this stuff in detail, you're more than welcome to check out the stream VOD on YouTube. I'll talk a little bit about it briefly now, but I talk about it more at length on the stream VOD. All right, basically what we have here is we have a little system which goes round to a single thermo aquatuner, which is fine, but these two turbines combined don't actually produce enough power to supply this thermal aquatuner in its entirety. So yeah, not ideal, but hey ho, we'll sort of come to that and what I intend to do about it in just a second. So yeah, it supplies power to the thermal aquatuner. The thermal aquatuner takes in water, and it goes around this little sort of circuit. What it does right over here needs to be changed, but basically what we want to get into a situation is we want to take water from this pool right over here. We want to stick it through this circuit here, which basically expresses the radiant pipes are in place to absorb some of the heat. The turbines express quite a lot of heat. That is what I was trying to say. The turbines express the heat. It is picked up by the water. It's taken around the radiant piping. It's run through the thermal aquatuner. Bada bim, bada boom, sorted. Basically, that's what happens. That's the situation. So what we want to do is I want to get to a situation where I have two liquid shutoff valves, kind of like I have over here, actually. So we have a single test. We have a single test piece, and that test piece should probably be this test piece right there. We'll move the liquid bridge in a second, but basically I want to have, as you can see, we've got a liquid pipe thermosensor already in place right over there, which is perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set it up to be deconstructed right now. Let's deconstruct that, priority 9. Great, unpause, and get that stuff all deconstructed. And so we're going to run a test on this specific block of water right there. If it is above a certain temperature, then it'll go round, and if it's below, it'll go it'll go into there. So that it'll go into the sort of main network. That's the plan anyway. I hope it works. I have no idea if it actually will. Also, what we're doing now is we are putting water directly into the radiator system, and that radiator system is still supplying the electrolyzers for the oxygen system. So it all seems to be working pretty darn well. There's a couple of things that I want to do in this episode that should hopefully make future missions going forward a little bit easier. First of all, I want to rapidly and radically expand the amount of duplicates that I do have. I want to get up to about 12 dupes. I mean, what do we have? We got accommodation for, what, 3 more? So 3 more dupes at least. I'm hoping that we can probably get. I'm hoping that we can get up to 12. Really, that is my ambition. My ambition also, I think, is to try and expand the base. Try and expand the sort of the base as we have it right here. I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, we could get away with getting another steam turbine in this area. So I'm gonna try and do something very, very sneaky indeed. I'd like to get rid of buildings only. Yes, please. So, should have some deconstruction errands on the ladders. And then I'd like to get a bunch of insulated tiles stuck in place. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and just build this area out by building out insulated tiles and then just getting rid of them. That's the plan. I have no idea if it's going to work, but I guess we shall see. Okay, so that's in play. Molten slicksters, molten slicksters are doing fantastically. It's a little bit overcrowded in this here area, so that's a bit of a bummer. Petroleum production leaves a lot to be desired. However, we have finally sorted out the pumping system in this room. There is almost no carbon dioxide over here, so that's real good. The oil refineries are both set on pretty darn high priority, and they've both been replaced with steel to deal with higher melting capacities. We've got a water sieve over here, which I'm super not convinced is doing a great job of turning polluted water into water. But basically, rather than sort of pumping out regular water out of here, we're pumping polluted water out of here instead now, primarily because it's the resource that is in most abundance. So yeah, we're still pumping all of that water right up to the top of the world, and we're sticking it into this pool over here, which is fine. It's not a big deal. We need to find another way to get this area up and running. I did put in temporarily, that is, some hydrogen generators, but I mean that was a bit of a faff, really, a bit of a faff, a total mess, if you'd like. So yeah. And anyway, the stream basically culminated in me deciding, hey, I hate every source of power, so what I'm actually going to do is remove the natural gas generator that we had up here, stick in a coal generator, fine, and instead I'm gonna start making a bunch of glass in order to make some solar panels. So that's indeed what I'm going to do. And so we've started to get a little bit of glass, not very much. My thought process was, hey, maybe, just maybe, what we can do is we can move molten glass, because the glass comes out of this machine totally molten. We can move the molten glass up here, along this way. In fact, you know what? We can see it right now. So molten glass does become not molten. Oops. It becomes not molten, I think, at about 1,150 degrees Celsius. So this 5 kilograms of molten glass that is in the pipe at the moment is about to become not molten. And it's about to change states, and it's concerning a little bit, actually, because it's turning solid in the pipes, and that's just creating a bit of a hassle for me. All right, can I have a little look? What do I need? I need... Is it elements? Is glass in elements? Glass? Yeah, glass solid. Yeah, so molten glass, 1,426. Melting point, 1,400 and something. Okay, so it should be about to turn into solid glass. Certainly, once it is expressed out that vent, it turns into solid glass right there. So actually, that worked out not too badly. What I would like to do, though, is just briefly speed up the passage that molten glass takes. There we go. And of course, in traditional orbital potato style, it will be priority number 9. Alright, I have no idea if this is going to work, but I'm going to try and expand the base without incurring a whole bunch of heat penalties, really, from expanding out this way. Because, I mean, molten steam is, or should I say, molten steam? It's not molten steam at all. It's just steam. Steam is irritating to deal with at the best of times, so we're going to try our best to deal with that. Okay, yes, but we're going to try and take as many possible dupes as we can. That's going to be the mission for the foreseeable future. Okay, a little bit more molten glass is formed round about the glass forge because the pipes are not able to take the glass, apparently. That's pretty unbelievably irritating. Alright, deconstruct that, priority 9. Alright, basically what I'm trying to do is accumulate as much glass as I possibly can so that I can try and make some solar panels. I mean, my power situation is, you know, as I've said like a gazillion times, it's in a bit of a bad place at the moment, you know. My space program is halted, and my space program will continue to be halted until I get a proper handle on that situation. But that, you know, that's not really showing any signs of happening anytime soon, so I'm just going to continue to complain about everything, and that'll be fine. Basically, that's the plan. That's the plan anyway. I just don't know. I don't know what else I don't know what else I need to do in order to make stuff happen. I need to get, first of all, I need to get this area up and running, and I'm hoping to do it with solar panels. But the problem is that solar panels don't provide a terrific amount of power. 380 degrees. I mean, if I was to put a solar panel, like, underneath here. Like, underneath some doors. I mean, I can't just leave my solar panels, like, exposed to the outside. That's just too risky, you know? They only take 200 glass, though. It's a pretty darn good deal. All right, let me see if I can get two bunker doors, sort of like next to each. I say next to each other. I don't even have the steel resources to do that. Right, I'm clearly going to have to produce a heck of a lot more steel if I want to make that dream a reality. All right, well, that is what it is. What's going on? Body temperature in this room is too high? Really? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's not fun. That is not fun at all. Temperature across the entirety of the base is actually increasing dramatically. Why does this circuit not have any power? Yeah, we've got so many sort of inbuilt issues. Alright, but you know what? Molten glass, that's at least coming along quite nicely. Hopefully we should continue just to express the molten glass over here, and it'll heat up the surrounding areas, and therefore, maybe just one day, it will lead to slight heating of the steam turbine. There was also a suggestion during the stream, which I'm actually quite partial to, of putting the steam turbine down around an iron volcano. Somewhere around here. I mean, it periodically erupts with a bunch of iron, and so it might actually be worth sort of using the volcano as a natural way to heat up the steam. I mean, I kind of like that idea. The problem is that it's so darn far away, and therefore it would take such a large amount of effort in order to make it happen that I'm not really sure that that's what I want. What temperature can these guys live up to? These molten slicksters. Livable range is up to 270. So not really okay for me to stick them in that room then. That's a bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. Yeah. As you can see, we got issues. We got issues. We have issues. But that's okay. I think each and every issue that we have, I think, is fixable. Waiting for materials. Awaiting coolant. Why do we not have coolant in this system here? What's going on? What's going on over here? Deconstruct these pipes. Yeah, deconstruct these pipes. Deconstruct those pipes? Yeah, what the heck is going on here? Alright, not entirely sure why these pipes are not working as intended. Yeah, it's a bit funky, really. Alright, let's try that. Nope. Do not deconstruct that building right there. I actually need that building a lot. Radiant liquid pipe. I don't need that. I don't need that. I do need that actually right there. And then I want to deconstruct that one. Perfect. All right. Let's see if this actually works as intended. Priority number 9. Grand. Have I got the opportunity to get some new dupes? I do indeed. Suit wearing, interior decorator, caregiver, or gourmet. I mean, to be honest, I couldn't really have got a more garbage selection of dupes, but welcome to the world. You're going to be the first dupe that we get in, like, I don't know, a gazillion years. It's been a real long time. It's been a real long time. But that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so how much steel do we actually have in the bank at the moment? 500 kilograms. Yeah, I mean that needs to be sped up dramatically. Yeah, that's straight up just not good enough, I'm afraid. Hold on, is this what I want? Hold on a minute. This is not what I want. I need new I see what's gone wrong here. I see what's gone wrong. I've misinterpreted the flow of the liquid right there. Okay, deconstruct that. Cancel all constructions over there. Fine. Just get that reconnected. Build it with copper, sure. Get that in there like so. Nice. Okay. What I'm going to do is, yeah, so basically what we need to do is we just need to heat up this area. That's all we need to do. If we heat up this area, if we get this area running properly, then that's totally fine. We solve literally all of our problems. Literally all of our problems are sorted if we make it happen. Yeah, so the one way that we can do that is, of course, by getting some hydrogen generators up and running. We could get some coal generators up and running. Or the way in which I want to do it is to hopefully try and get some solar panels up and running. That's what I want to try and do in this episode. The problem is that I need to get this area heated up first in order to get the coolant for this machine. Right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. When it rains, it pours, eh? When it rains, it bloomin' flippin' pours. I mean, is there any other way? Is there any other way that we can get a power source for this area? I mean, the exact power requirements are as follows. 2,400 power. That's what we need. 2,400 power is exactly what we need. And it's not on, it's on a separate network. So, I mean, we could even setting up like steam turbines, even as I originally wanted to, like way back in the past, setting up steam turbines like over here. That's not even a possibility. It's just not hot enough, unfortunately, over here. You know, it's only 120. If we wanted to have a steam turbine in here, it would need to be down at the bottom, but then we'd need to work on cooling this area down so unbelievably hard. It would take a very long time to get it all cleaned up. Prioritize that as priority number 9 so that we can actually get some people to come up here and do any maintenance that is required. I mean, other sources of power. I mean, we've already talked about using these electrolyzers. I mean, maybe we return to using these electrolyzers as a source of as a source of power. The problem is that these electrolyzers produce a bunch of oxygen. This hydrogen vent is not on for another 15.2 cycles. And we're going to need a lot more gas pumps than we currently have. And that is a steel gas pump, so that is already sort of a top-of-the-line gas pump that we've got operating in that area. In order to power 2 aqua tuners, we're going to need 3 solidly consistent hydrogen generators working. And in order to do that, we would need a lot more electrolyzers than we currently have. That is for sure. That is for sure. And we have nowhere to put the oxygen unless we put the oxygen into this pipe that we're sending to the surface and then vent the oxygen along with the carbon dioxide. I mean, that is in itself not a bad idea. The problem is that electrolyzers in themselves consume a heck of a lot of power, and that power needs to come from somewhere, and, you know, we're just going to wear down the power reserves that we have over here in order to power the electrolyzers. Is there any other sort of way to do it? Not really. Not really. We could reconnect up natural gas generators, but I really don't want to do that because it's unbelievably expensive, and natural gas is not something that I have in plentiful quantities. I think it's got to be hydrogen. I think whatever our solution is, it's got to be hydrogen-based. We don't have that much hydrogen around here, do we? No, not really at all. Yeah, so I think it's got to be hydrogen-based. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. It's a temporary solution. As I feel like I say it's a temporary solution with almost everything. If something is an actually temporary solution, what do I say? Do I need like a code word or something? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get 2 brand new steel pumps right in there, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put. That's right. I'm gonna surround this. I'm gonna surround this properly. I'm going to get that all deconstructed. There we go. Going to deconstruct absolutely everything right over there. That's priority number 9. Let's get a nice little box to surround this area. Here we go. Everything disassembled. Cool. Get that block deconstructed as well. Let's get the steel pump, the steam pumps. What am I talking about? Let's get the pumps. This is just chaos. This is absolute chaos. You know what? I'm gonna deconstruct absolutely everything right over here. I mean, I'm sure some of this infrastructure is important. I'm sure it is, but I'm just gonna get it all deconstructed because I just don't want to look at it and have to consider dealing with it all. So anyway, yeah, that's going to happen. Let's get that all deconstructed. The only pipe that is important is this pipe, which supplies hydrogen to the generators, and this pipe, which is going to supply oxygen to the generators. Am I setting up to destroy the gas filter? No, I'm not setting up to destroy the gas filter, which is good because that is actually quite important, and I want to keep that. Right. Good. Priority 9 all round. Great. Bunch of hydrogen is in here. Grand. Okay. So, the plan is as follows. Pipes. Pipes sorted. And we're going to input right over there. The excrement is going to go up in the to be vented pipe over here. This used to be the carbon dioxide pipe. Okay. Fine. Okay, this pipe is in itself an enigma. It's not super essential. Yeah, this just needs to go into the to be vented pipe. Okay. Cancel that. Cancel that. Instead, let's come through this way. Let's go there. And simple. Boom. Just like that. Sorted, right? Then hydrogen, which is going to be the selected resource. Insulated gas pipe, I guess. It's literally not going to make any difference whatsoever. Is going to come down there. Perfect. Right. That is a massive simplification. Right? That's a massive simplification of what needs to happen. And in fact, honestly, I want to try and do that more and more and more and more and more going forward. So we're going to try and make that happen. Right. Get that all connected up. Perfect. Let's make sure that it's all priority 9'd. That is an unreachable build. That needs to be deconstructed. Honestly, I kind of want to finally explore out this way. So let's get that priority 9'd. Let's dig on priority 9 across here. It's all unreachable at the moment, but it won't be very, very soon. All right. And just like that, everything should be sorted. Also, the fact that now we're building a ladder down this way means, hopefully, that we should be able to access all of these resources, which we've been unable to access for what feels like the longest time. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. When it rains, it pours, eh? When it rains, it pours. It's not a disaster. It's not a disaster yet. Nothing is truly disasterful. But, you know, little by little, we're getting there. It's becoming more and more disasterful. More and more disasterful over time. All right, how are we doing natural gas-wise? We're doing great natural gas-wise. In fact, yes, very, very happy with the amount of natural gas that we're getting. Okay, these insulated tiles are getting built slowly but surely. Right. Sure. Do that. There we go. Alright, that's all priority 5 stuff, so it's not going to happen very quickly. That's fine. I'd much rather get this stuff worked on first. Also, let's submit a bioscan and finally find out what's in this room. At least so I can deconstruct it. That'll be something, right? I cannot believe that it's taken this long. Okay, hold up. Have I selected hydrogen as the resource here? I have indeed. Hydrogen is the requested resource. Perfect. Okay, so we should pump out everything else that we don't actually need or care about, which is cool. Let's find out what's going on. I'm going to start deconstructing all of these tiles. Not a super high priority, but something to do at least. All right, nice. Ladders are built. That's perfect. That is at least going to make somewhat of a difference. All right, nice. Also, what we need to do, for some obscure reason, this transit tube has become unconnected. I think that that might be to do with the fact that the building was entombed for a bit. I don't actually know how that happened, but it did. It sucks. All right, computer desk, what have we got? Searching through the computer, I find some recoverable files that are still readable. Let's have a look. Honestly, what is going on here? Have you seen this? Please pay it no mind if any of these journals reach out to you. Deny comment. Have you seen this? Director, are you aware of the articles been cropping up as bad as Gravitas facility? Questionable rise of research giant. Ooh, what have we got in the lockers? Gravitas has been growing pretty rapidly since our first product to the market. Just gotta look at some of the new hires. They're practically babies. Not quite what I was expecting, but never the opportunity. Cool. Not interested. And what have we got over here? Collection pan. Want to pitch in a couple of bucks to get a cake for Ellie? I think I'll pass. Come on, Otto. It's her birthday. All right, fine. This is all I have on me. Don't get my hangout. Isn't she the kind of, you know, mean? Even the meanest people have a little niceness in them somewhere. Huh. Good luck finding it. Thanks for the cake, money, Otto. All right. Right. Let's set up 2 rummage orders. That's cool, I guess. Something to do. All right. Why is this not working as I would like it to? Pipe blocked? Is it because there is no... there is no exit pipe? I think that it might be. Right, well, actually, this is quite good because this forms what will be, I plan to be anyway, the second sort of hydrogen production room, which is in itself going to be a nightmare, but that's fine. Why is this not working? Hold on. Cancel that. See if I can just connect this up. There we go. Okay, that worked perfectly. Grand. All right, that's all priority 9, so let's get all of this done as quickly as we possibly can. Okay, the power network that this is on is part of the much larger power network, which supplies power to a bunch of stuff, I think. Why is this power network not getting much power at all? Are the demands more than what we can currently manage? I think our natural gas generator network might be somewhat stretched at the moment. What have we got in here, by the way? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, mostly oxygen. All right, deconstruct that. I'll take the resources. That's cool. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what is currently happening with my power supply. I mean, I'm only producing 2,400 watts of power. And it looks like this network on the inside is consuming most of it. All right. I mean, things aren't great, I guess. They could be better, but they're not super bad. The good news is, however, is that we are now up to 100% molten slickster, which is real good, in fact. That is very, very good news. I mean, everyone is a little bit cramped over here, which isn't the best, but you know what? Slowly but surely, we're going to be accumulating crude oil. We've got a hydro sensor in there, so as soon as the crude oil reaches a certain amount of pressure, then it'll work. It'll work just perfectly. All right, natural gas is still coming in thick and fast. It would be great to add a few more storage tanks of natural gas, actually. Yeah, that would be really, really good. But if that can't happen, then I get it. No rush. Oh boy, our toilets are about to run out, and our insufficient oxygen generation is because I haven't fixed the pump that I originally said I was going to fix. That's always fun, isn't it? Okay, good. Let's get this deconstructed nice and pronto, please. And then let's get a liquid shutoff in here, or will be in here in a little bit. Insulated liquid pipe. Delete that. Let's put in a liquid shutoff. Copper. I think copper is exactly what I require. Cool. So we've got the automation grid already linked up to here. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make sure that we have a NOT gate right over here. The NOT gate is going to take the automation wire in, and that's going to go up like that. Yeah, it's literally as simple as that. That's all priority 9. Let's get that all done as soon as we possibly can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to test for if it is below 15, then it'll go forward. Yeah, if it is below 15 degrees, then it will... Oh, no, hold on. If it is above 15 degrees, it will go in this one. Not entirely convinced that I know what I'm doing. It's always a risk. It's always a risk. We want hot stuff in this network, but we want sort of relatively cool stuff in this network too. I mean, if it's above, I don't know, like 20 degrees Celsius, right? So if it's above 20 degrees Celsius, it'll go in here. So that means that we have a degree of margin after it's cooled down. And if it's below 20 degrees Celsius, then it will be taken out of the network and put into sort of general circulation. So that's the plan anyway. Let's see if it actually works as intended. It doesn't, as I'm sure you can see. So this is a bit of water that's 17.3 degrees Celsius. And therefore, it's just not working. Ah, but it's not working because the power is not connected. Okay. That's understandable. Right, let's get the power connected up, and then everything should work fully as expected. Okay, great. Good. So that's going to just work, I hope, by itself. Not convinced that I've really made the right decision there, but whatever. Let's get some more hydrogen production over here. Empty pipe. Yes, that pipe is empty at the moment because it's going to be changing. I'm going to set up a bunch of pipes to be deconstructed. All of these pipes, 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 and all of those pipes, all due to be deconstructed. Right. This is a redundant bit of equipment. It's going to be entirely deconstructed. I know I just built it relatively recently. What I am going to do, however, is also deconstruct this bit of equipment. And in fact, I'm just going to deconstruct everything right over here. And that's all going to be priority 9. That will actually save us a little bit of power. These things consume, I think it's 120 watts of power. And it's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. What I need is this water to be split in 2 ways. I need to split it here. Actually, hold up. Cancel that. I need to split it here. And I need to split it there. So we're going to bring that in like so, grand. And that will continue up there. Cancel the deconstruction of that tile, and we're sorted. All right, grand. So this should basically mean that whatever clean water we have coming up from down south, from that big old pond down here, where we're refining polluted water, we're refining it quite near the source actually, which is perfect for me really. It works. Doesn't really matter where we pollute it, as long as we get it from somewhere, or where we decontaminate it, should I say? As long as we do it, doesn't really matter. Also, this needs to be swept up. Priority 9. That needs to be swept up. Priority 9. I don't need polluted oxygen to be moved out of here. Also, I need to remove this gas vent from being entombed. That is like a super high priority objective. I need to start getting rid of this ridiculous amount of carbon dioxide. So let's go and do that right now. Okay. All right, lots of priority 9 objectives, but that's okay. We're about to bring on a brand new friend to help out. And you know what they say about new friends? It's always great to make new... I don't know, something like that. Something about new friends. It's always great to make new friends. That's what they say anyway. I don't want to pass judgment on whether that's actually an appropriate view to hold. All that I mean to say is that it's a common view. It's a thing that people say. Alrighty, new printables available. Who have we got? Give me somebody good. Yes. Welcome on board. Grand. Join the team. Hold on a minute. Did I not set this up to be deconstructed? I did mean to be. Did mean to do that. Alright, okay, so now everything should be working at least a little bit better. So it's going round if it's 22 degrees Celsius, and if it heats up higher than that, then it should go through here. No, hold on. What am I testing for? If it's above 20 degrees, it goes round. Okay, cool. So if it's below 20 degrees, then it'll go around here. All right, I think that's honestly fine. It might be a little bit irregular that we managed to get a little bit of liquid to go through, but that's cool. Once the turbines have cooled down appropriately, then everything should work completely fine. I'm very, very hopeful anyway that it's going to work just as I intend it to. We need to just get a little bit more power, and then honestly, we will be totally, totally sorted. Okay, grand. This is all priority 8 stuff. Priority 8, priority 8. That's up there at priority 9. Also, now we're in a funny situation where we don't actually have enough suits to deal with everyone. So it looks like there's going to be some missions and objectives completed within the confines of the base. See, yeah, we're getting super, super close to that magic 20-degree number. That's really, really good. Aha! A couple of bits of oxygen, a couple of bits of water even are going to exit the system, which is perfect. That is exactly what I'm hoping for. All right. And that should become a lot more frequent as we go forward, right? Yeah, it should do anyway. All right. I mean that system's not perfect. I mean, I can see the flaws developing. As you can see, we're not generating enough oxygen, not nearly enough. We also don't have enough water coming through our massive radiator system. That's going to need to change for sure. But that's a problem for a different day. Right, so now we're dividing our water very, very equally, which is perfect. We're pumping out all of the water into the electrolyzers. Why is it that this area still isn't up and running? It's because we haven't cleared out this here area. We need to get this done. We need to get this done. And it's reachable, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. All right, I'm going to bump somebody's digging priority. Sure. Digging orders need to be considered very, very highly. Yes, please. That also needs to be deconstructed. Not that tile that I accidentally just clicked on. Alright, so at least we're fine for water now. That's good. We're going to continue to get more water over here. That's nice. That's real good. It's hot water as well, so it's not like we're sort of wasting cool water on the electrolyzers. I'm going to set up to pump in, well, get some more electrolyzers, really. More electrolyzers over here. Pumps, make them out of steel. Sure, I'll make them out of steel. And honestly, I think we need to get another gas filter. Yeah, not convinced that that's a good idea to put inside that room, but we're going to stick it up there. Perfect. And then the hydrogen is going to go right into there. And then the excrement is going to go into... there. I mean, that's just a disaster waiting to happen. You can just sense that there is going to be a backlog at some point. But no matter. Also, I'm convinced that this network is going to be thoroughly overloaded. In fact, you can already tell that my duplicate network, my human network, has already been overloaded. You can tell it's been overloaded by the fact that everyone has got too many things to do. How are we doing water-wise? We're doing fine water-wise. Great. We've fixed our water situation. All right. We just need to fix our other water situation. All right. You know what? Temperature of steam over here is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Is there a way? I mean, I'm using insulated pipes over here, right? I'm using insulated pipes, but we got 220 degrees steam. Am I perhaps looking at this the wrong way? What I did was I installed a pump right over here. I installed a pump with a view to having a gas vent which would release the high pressure steam. However, the more I think about it, what's to stop me just getting a bunch of radiant pipe over here, right? Just get a bunch of radiant pipe. A bunch of radiant pipe. Yep. A bunch of radiant pipe. Ditch that high pressure gas vent. Right? Ditch the high pressure gas vent. And then come back down here. A gas bridge right over here. Insulated gas pipe all the way down. And then release it right back in here. In fact, I can't release it. No, what I want to do actually is with a radiant gas pipe. What's the overheat temperature of this? Really, really hot down here, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty darn hot. I don't know what the overheat temperature of just regular gas pipe is. But I should have some radiant gas pipe right over here. Yes. Nice. And then we'll just have a little bridge right over here. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Yep. Cancel that. All right, so instead of using the steam as a, you know, literally as steam, instead I'm just going to use it as a resource to heat up. Yeah, that's great, actually. I'm just going to use it as a resource to heat up the steam in this area. So we're just going to transfer the sort of 245 degree heat down, or 245 degree heat from down there to over this way. That's the plan, anyway. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it will. I guess we'll see, won't we? All right, high pressure gas vent. It's a complete waste of time. High pressure gas vent, deconstruct, priority 9. There we go. Deconstruct that as well, priority 9. There we go. And so this should cool the steam down, and the steam in this area should heat up. Not dramatically, but it'll at least make a difference, right? Okay, and then what we want to do is we actually want to deconstruct that piece right there. Cool. And instead, reconnect it up, like so. Radiant gas pipe is going to go in there and up there. Perfect. All right. Let's get it all priority 9, please. And then let's watch this plan take effect. I have truly no idea if this is going to work as well as I would like it to. I would certainly like it to work it. I would like it to work it as I like it to. You get the picture, right? Okay, that should all become reachable now. Great. And let's just plonk that up there like so. Oh man, this is looking perfect. This is looking perfect. This is looking absolutely perfect. Yep. So as long as I get these few last bits and bobs together, shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Okay, so that's that. How are we doing up here? Electrolyzer zone, not well. That needs to be prioritized all at priority 8, please. And how are we doing up here? Aha, finally, we should be venting carbon dioxide, right? No, we're not. Okay, I'll tell you the fix to this problem. The fix to this problem is linking up. In fact, it's ditching the gas filter entirely. In fact, it's literally just deconstructing it because it's too hot to work up there. So we'll just ditch that. And instead, we will just connect up the pipe here to there. Yep. That's literally it. Okay. I'll make it radiant. There we go. Make it radiant. That's the plan. Okay. Good. So that should work. Fingers crossed it works quickly. Is this working? This is working. It's working. It's working. Is this all reachable? It's all reachable. All right. Great. Great. Everyone's doing a great job. Okay. Also, we are low on food. Now we've got more dupes to feed. We've got more mouths to take care of. We somehow need to think about getting the temperature in here down to a reasonable temperature. Ignore half of what I just said. That's going to go be uprooted. That's going to be uprooted. Get 2 people uprooted, and we'll get 2 wheezeworts into that area right over there. We're pumping out a bunch of chlorine for some obscene reason. The reason why is hidden from me. We're fine for water, I think, aren't we? Yeah, we're fine for water. That's real good. These machines are being kept at a very, very nice temperature. And in fact, I don't even know how much they're producing, but I mean, let's have a look. You're producing 310 and you're producing 408. So that's not half bad, actually. In fact, that's very half good. It's not enough to sustain the thermo aquatuner for forever, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Alright, so we should have a couple of dupes coming down this way to finish off our little steam network, which should, hopefully, just make the difference. That needs to be deconstructed and rebuilt with a more sturdy resource. Something like steel, I think. There we go. Yep. Steel is the material of choice going forward. And we're going to refine oil into petroleum, which is grand. Oil, by the way, which is coming up in very, very large quantities now. Pretty darn happy with this, to be honest. Pretty darn happy with this. It's still a relatively decent temperature at the moment. The water is certainly acting as a coolant. I don't know how how long I'm going to be able to get away with that for, but I mean, I'm happy, so I'll take it. What else have we got to do within the base? Not much, to be honest. Not much needs a fixing. I'll tell you what we could do, though. Could go and build a few ladders for the sake of getting a few bits and bobs dug up. Yep. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be cool. Is no one doing that? No one doing anything? Alright, nice. It only took us like 520 cycles in order to make that room look semi-decent. It still has a bunch of hydrogen in, but I mean, what can you do about that? Painfully little, I'm afraid. Alright. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking really, really good. So, steam is coming down. It's 158 degrees Celsius. It goes back up. It's way hotter. Alright, and that should just happen pretty much forever. That's real good. That's real good. And there we go. The pump will work on occasion when it is required. And that should heat up the surrounding area just by a little bit. But it will certainly make a difference. It will certainly make a difference. And that is what I care about. And that is just going to eke out that extra little bit of power, which is going to be more than enough, I hope, to power this thermo aqua tuner full time. And if we're powering the thermo aqua tuner full time, then that is, I mean, it's just good, isn't it? It's just good. It's just bloomin' good. It's fantastic. Okay, happy days. Can I get my one more dupe? Yes, I can indeed. You are interested in supplying... Well, I have to bring you on board. Congratulations, you've got the job. Okay, stress is a little bit high, honestly. But that's probably just because banana. He's got popped eardrums. That's not great. Contact with allergic reaction stuff. How are we doing germ-wise? Honestly, not great. Could be doing a heck of a lot better. Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff going on, which I dislike intensely. Okay, let's get some wart seeds in there. Cool. Priority 9. We've got 43,000 calories left, which makes me feel uneasy, to say the least. I'm not super happy about it. But it is what it is. Alright, this is looking good. It's looking good. It's feeling good. The temperature should be heating up, and it should be happening fairly quickly, I would imagine. Yeah. All right. Nice. And that's just going to sort of propel itself around forever. I mean, it's not going to use a heck of a lot. It's going to take away heat from this area and transfer it to this area, so it's not going to be, you know, a sort of everlasting resource that we can count on. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'll take that any day of the week. All right, so that takes us up to, what is it, 10 dupes, which is very, very good. How much glass have we got? All this time we've been making glass, have we? Wowzers. 1,200 kilograms of glass. All right, I'm going to take the priority down to 7. Okay, coolant. That is cool. How that's happening. How did that start to happen? Have we had any power in this system yet? No, not yet. We are slowly but surely getting a few bits and bobs settled over here. Why are we not venting more gases? I queued this up to be deconstructed. I wanted this deconstructed, please. No, deconstructed. Alright, there we go. Now, let all of the gases free. Just do not meteor damage my gas vent. Please. I need to vent. Alright, so that should mean that we're able to get literally all of our non-hydrogen stuff out of this here room, which is very, very important. Sooner rather than later, it'll just be oxygen and hydrogen that is produced in this area. There's no particular rush. Circuit overload. Where and why? Oh, boy. Okay. Get that deconstructed, please. Right. Prioritize that all as priority 9 so that we actually get rid of that in time before it starts causing yet more hassle. Okay. Now, this power network here. What power network is this on? Yes. It used to be on this power network, but now it's not. This power network has not got a very high potential load. We could think about getting this area back up online. But I don't think I want to. I think I want to make this area a sort of self-sufficient power network. We'll make it a self-sufficient network with solar panels. That's what I want to try and do. Let's try and get some solar panels down before I chat my life away. Right. That's looking pretty darn good. That's a heck of a lot of solar panel. That is a heck of a lot of solar panel. The one issue that I do have, though... Can I mean, if I was to put... Okay, hold on. I'm going to run a test. This is something that I probably should know, but I don't for whatever reason. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just... Yeah. Get starvation. What? Why are you starving? Just go and grab yourself some grub. We've got food in here, don't we? Pinch pepper nut, fried mushroom. Yeah, we got fried mushroom. Yeah, easy. We also don't have enough space in the mess hall. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer, to be honest. That is a bit of a bummer. Right, deconstruct that, stick in another table. We need to get another 2 tables, so... I mean, maybe we could get a second floor? Yeah, maybe? Well, barely. You know what? Don't even bother. Don't even bother. We'll just have to worry about mess halls in a second. We don't need to really worry about it. It's a problem for another day. Okay. How the heck is there so much polluted oxygen in this room? That is a major problem. All right. I mean, the whole pumping system that I made in here, I sort of made during the stream that I did. It seemed to work at the time. I guess it's not working right now. That's okay. It happens. What's the temperature down here? It's working. It's raising the heat. It's turning it up. Turning the heat up. Also, good news is that we're finally getting a little bit of water processed, or a little bit of hydrogen is up online. That's good. That's the hydrogen generators are working. That's fantastic. I'm delighted to see it happening. Yeah, I think I need to do this slightly differently. Yeah, deconstruct a gas pipe right there. Sure. see if I can redo that like so. Yeah, I mean, it looks a little bit wonky. It just means that effectively we can hold more resources in the pipes for a little while longer. Okay, dust caps are growing again, which is great. It's even more essential than ever to make sure that we have a consistent supply of food. Okay, polluted oxygen is coming into this area thick and fast. I say thick and fast. It's coming in irregularly and in tiny, tiny quantities. Ironically, though, we have a ridiculous amount of polluted oxygen in this area now, and I have absolutely no idea how it's been created. Presumably due to the fact that there's a bunch of slime just lying around on the floor. Yeah, I'm not going to concern myself with that too much. Okay, we have got so much natural gas that this is actually a pretty big problem, because the oil refineries will cap out at their maximum gas pressure in a minute, so yeah, that's going to be a bit of a bummer. Let's get that building disabled and that building disabled. This area doesn't really need to be pumping carbon dioxide anywhere. Yeah, not really super essential. We've already got more than enough carbon dioxide coming into this area, so until further notice, those pumps will be disabled. And we can sort of take the foot off the gas there, which is quite nice. That pump is being made. I should probably introduce a similar sort of length pipe over there. Grand, that's all priority 8, priority 9, whatever. Okay. Does that end up speeding anything up? Not really. Not really at all. The whole purpose of doing this was that there should be multiple... There we go. Yeah, there should be multiple tiles with which the gas pumps can get stuff... Yeah, multiple tiles with which the gas pumps can, like, pump oxygen and hydrogen into. I think maybe we try and solve this issue. I mean, this is just sort of a sort of little tiny bit of optimization that we can do. But hydrogen, of course, rises, and therefore we can sort of force hydrogen to go into a very specific location. I mean, if we were to put a couple of gas tiles, I mean, kind of like what we've got over here, right? Like kind of what we got over here. If we were to do something like this, in fact, if we were to copy pretty much exactly this setup, then that would actually work over here. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll aim to replicate that sort of oxygen setup that we've got going on over here. I think that might be a pretty good idea. So rather than running it through a gas filter, we can just straight up... Yeah, we can just straight up have it work, you know, have it self-separate. That will be quite nice, actually. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the sense that we're producing as much hydrogen as we possibly can at the moment anyway, even with the 2 electrolyzers. So, I mean, it is kind of working already. The good news is that hydrogen is coming in a little bit more frequently now. Not as frequently as I would like, but it's still something at least. This area is going to be a little bit cooler, so that is nice. Can I get some bunker tiles? Yes, I can. I can get like 1. All right, fine. And let's get a solar panel. Can I get a solar panel like down here then? I'll entirely protect it from the outside world. Here we go. Cancel that. Great. Priority 9. And let's get a solar panel in right over here. Except that is going to be built out of ladders. There we go. Okay. It looks a little bit janky, but I think it might work. It'll certainly work for a test at least. Let's stick it down. Okay. So my plan is as follows. The solar panel is going to control all of the power up here. I think we should be able to get by with just 1 single solar panel, at least for now, on the sort of space circuit, as I will call it. And hopefully it works. Hopefully it's able to provide all of the power for the missile detection system. What am I talking about? You know what I mean. The meteor detection system. Okay, that is not a priority 9 job. Here we go. And let's see if the solar panel works like this. I mean, technically it is exposed to space. However, it's not actually exposed. It's just exposed. I'm going to take some salt water. I mean, we've added quite a few extra dupes. And I think I want to sort of slow my dupe acquisition process down just a little bit. All right, petroleum generators are doing a magnificent job of keeping everything pretty well powered. So that's pretty darn good. This setup is working pretty darn well, even though it doesn't look very pretty. This system is probably one of the systems that I am most proud of, honestly. I mean, it is actually working. It's working slowly. But look, so it comes in, it's like 170, and it leaves about 219. I mean, that's most of the heat. So slowly but surely, the heat is going to be moved from here right up to here, which is just grand. That's just absolutely perfect. It's absolutely perfect for what we require. It's not taking very much. It's not taking very much heat up with it. But you know, every little helps, and you know, it's all making a difference, right? It's all making a difference. All right. So as soon as our water is sort of restored. I say our water restored. Also, we're now making steel again, apparently. That is just absolutely delightful. Presumably that's just because this system is working completely as intended now. Yeah, this is looking really, really good. We've got a little bit of hydrogen. It's not a lot, but it, you know, it only needs to supplement the work that the steam turbines are supposed to be doing. And, you know, don't get me wrong, it leaves a lot to be desired. But it's at least semi-sustainable, right? Semi-sustainable. Yeah, this needs to change. We're gonna change this up a little bit, so that we don't have an inefficient sorting system up and running here. But what I'm gonna do, you know, for now, let's prioritize all of this at priority 9. Let's actually try and get this done as soon as we possibly can. Anti-entropy thermal nullifier. Can I actually... I mean, I can deconstruct it, but can I actually rebuild it? I don't think I can. So if I get all of this up and running... choose hydrogen. Right, choose hydrogen, and let's connect up some pipes. There we go. Bunch of conductive wire. I think we're pretty much ready to go. Cold damage, a little bit of cold damage. That's not super ideal, but it happens. All right. So we want to start excreting all of the resources that are not required, which will be numerous. And you know what? They are all going to form a purpose. They're all contributing to cooling this area down substantially. Not very well, I must say, but it's making at least some difference. Current wattage is absolutely 0. So presumably, that means we need to deconstruct this right here. Right, so if I deconstruct these tiles right over here, and instead I set up a bunch of ladders instead, will that work? It's an experiment. It's an experiment. I mean, when it says they need to see space, technically they can see space because they're in a vacuum, if you know what I mean. But they're not actually technically in space, you know? Also, let's get that deconstructed and we'll get it moved across just a little bit. Yeah, so we'll get it right over there. So at least like sort of one entire solar panel will be completed, I guess. Right. Sorry to have you build it and then rebuild it. That's my bad, honestly. Aha! It did work. It did work for a brief millisecond. Okay. Okay. Don't get rid of that conductive wire. Instead, get it up there. Sure. Great. Alright. All of that stuff is priority 9. Great. Nobody seems to really be dealing with my priority 9 stuff, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Okay, we should have water coming into these electrolyzers now. That's grand. There's still a few residual resources that need to be pumped out of there, but that's fine. Yeah, happy days. I mean, hydrogen is hydrogen is hydrogen, right? The more hydrogen, the merrier. I mean, disregard the fact that we're currently wasting a gargantuan amount of electricity powering all of those pumps. Just forget about that. Just forget that is not a relevant fact to the discussion. It's just not relevant. Just don't even consider it. All right. Okay, and then let's get the solar panel up and running again. Priority 9, please. Come on. Someone get it done. If we get it done today, I will be even happier. I don't know if ladders are good enough, but I hope they are. I sure hope they are. Oh, look at this. Okay, so at some points, we're going to be getting at least 1,600 power, which is grand. It means, hopefully, that we're going to be able to run at least one thermo aquatuner pretty much constantly. Which, again, is leading to nice, cool water coming in. Finally, at long last, we're back to nice 19-degree cold water. Which is, I mean, is plenty cold for me. Plenty cold for me. Alright, so this system, as janky as it may be, is producing at least 800 watts of power, and sometimes just a little bit more. It's producing enough hydrogen power to produce to satisfy one hydrogen generator, and is actually just doing a little bit better than that. Okay, current wattage is about 60 watts. That is so bad. That is so bad. I've got to imagine that we will be able to improve that. Oh my goodness, this is horrendous. This is totally horrendous. Okay, current wattage is 0. Is that due to the fact that it's night? Converts sunlight. Most of the asteroid is dark, so okay. Solar panel generates power proportional to how many luxes it's exposed to. I mean, how many luxes is it exposed to? Is it going to climb to a maximum? 43, 47, 61, 78. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. 108, 112. Alright, so presumably as long as we link up a battery, we're going to be all good. Alright, I will do just that. I will do just that right now, video game. There we go. 3 batteries. I'm going to make sure that they are in total darkness, or total undergroundness, so that we don't have to worry about them overheating. Okay. Okay, come on. Just delete this. Just delete this block. I want to get my solar panel up to maximum capacity. Alright, you know what? 220 is not half bad. And there we go. It just shot up to 300. Okay, that is absolutely fantastic. Given that the maximum is 380 and I'm getting 320, and it's just about midday, I will take that any day of the week. Actually, that's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. Yep, very happy about that. Very, very, very happy about that. Yep, and it looks like the automation network is still fine. Our Are we accumulating power? We are indeed accumulating power, which should mean that this network is, like, basically self-sufficient. Yeah, I think it's basically going to be self-sufficient, which is going to be perfect. Wowzers, I actually feel like I have made a not insignificant amount of progress. I mean, that in itself is actually really quite good. As long as we can keep scanning the stars at night, I'm a little bit worried that maybe we're not going to be able to do that. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. My, oh my, oh my. What can I say? I'm ridiculously happy about that. What up? What up? Why is this power network not working? Ah, I think we've run out of coal. Insufficient coal? No, it just needs to be priority 9ified. Okay, we need to make sure that that liquid pump doesn't ever stop working. Otherwise the aqua tuners will have nothing to aqua tune, for want of a better phrase. But honestly, man, this is great. This is really, really great. I mean, somebody is again starving. That's less than great. I would rate that as not great on a scale of great to not great. But it's not bad. It's not bad. We've got organic oil. We've got a lot of oil. We've not got much petroleum, but I mean, we've got a backup power source. We're creating power for the hydrogen generators. And when we do actually want to use this oxygen for something that we want to use oxygen for, we're going to be able to... Hold on, what the heck is that? That's a bit of natural gas, I think. Yeah, a bit of natural gas got in there. That's fine. We're going to be able to... we're going to be able to stick it right into the telescope right over here. I mean, this area needs to cool down a heck of a lot. It's still ridiculously hot. But, I mean, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, you know? It's a work in progress. At least, we kind of fixed the asteroid detection system today. We kind of fixed up the water. That's great. We kind of fixed up the steam generators in the base. Fixed up the water supply. I mean, everything, absolutely everything is now looking better than it was at the start of the episode. In the next episode, I think we're probably going to be able to pick up some more dupes. I do want to expand this base. It is rather sort of hemmed in at the moment, but that's not a problem. We're going to come across some innovative solutions, I'm sure, in the next episode. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Over the Potato. This has been Oxygen Not Included. I'll see you next time. Bye.